I'm going to show you how to clean your vehicle using ShowShine Power Soap on the whole vehicle, all-purpose cleaner on the tires and rims, spray on ceramic afterwards for protection. You might use water spot killer to two-step the tires and rims. Haven't started yet. First thing you want to do is just rinse it off. This tire is already very clean, but we'll hit it anyway. Use your all-purpose cleaner and a scrub brush. You make sure it's open. I'm going to spray a good amount of all-purpose cleaner on your tires. Same thing on the rim. And I'd like to do a few squirts on the brush. I always do the rim first, because those are going to be the cleanest portion. Working in clockwise motion, so you don't want to miss anything. This stuff is not going to suds up a lot in the spray bottle. Does not mean it's not cleaning. Make sure you get the lug nuts really well. It's pretty dirty. And then another squirt or two on the brush. And then hit the rubber. These already have the tire gel on them, so it doesn't need much cleaning. And then hit it with a pressure washer again. You only really need to clean the wheel wells on a vehicle that you can see the real wheel wells very well, like this truck. Small cars don't really have to unless you can see it or it's been a long time since it's been cleaned. You're going to want to get in there. The barrels of this truck on the rims are not very dirty, so we don't have to get them. The pressure washer plus just spraying the all-purpose cleaner is strong enough to get it off. We'll move to the next tire now. Just want to spray it first. And then a good amount of all-purpose cleaner again. You want to, we'll give this a spray since we already used it. And we'll spray that again. And then again, clockwise motion. This stuff's it's a light degreaser, but it works exceptionally well. I've been using it for professional detailing for a couple of years now. It does an extremely good job. Don't have any complaints. Do the rubber again. We'll just rinse it off again. That's all done with that. The other side, I'm going to use all-purpose cleaner and water spot killer because I just cleaned these last night. So a light spray. I'll bring all the surface. A little bit inside, and then we'll go right to the next tire. And you want to let that dwell for about 30 seconds. And then this is the two-step method. We're going to hit it with water spot killer after we rinse this off, because that was one step was the all-purpose cleaner, which is more alkaline. It's a degreaser. This is more acid. That'll offset that after we rinse it off. Get everything off the rim without even touching it. Now we're going to want to use water spot killer, which is a mild acid. We'll just spray it lightly on the rim and the tire. Like I said, this wasn't a very dirty rim, so this two-step method, which is a touchless method, which is very fast, very easily clean. If you're in the wind, you don't want to breathe that stuff in. We should close this up after. This is a nice rinse, very thorough rinse. You get all the acid out of there so you don't have to neutralize it. heavier on the rinse, just to make sure. We'll get started filling up the foam cannon, however long this takes. We want about 2 ounces in here, and a couple ounces in your wash bucket. That's all you need. It's extremely concentrated. Next, we are going to do the pre-foam. So we'll use the foam cannon. But before I do that, you're just going to take the all-purpose cleaner, spray anywhere that there's any bugs. So usually the grill, very front of the hood, side mirrors and windows, or windshield. The light spray, don't need a lot. Those are all about half trigger pulls. So a lot of emphasis on the you don't need much. You're going to want to just mist the surface of the whole front because, like I said, this is a light degreaser. And then the Power Soap is pH balanced. So it's not going to be the most aggressive soap on the planet, but it's going to leave all the waxes and sealants and ceramic coatings that you have on the vehicle. It's going to leave it on there. It's not aggressive. So then we just lightly foam the whole vehicle. Gonna want to let that dwell for a few minutes or a few seconds. Now I have this set where you can make it so more comes out or less comes out of the foam cannon, or more or less water. On the very first, the pre-soak with the foam, you're gonna want to use a little bit less foam so it's like runs off the vehicle, so it grabs the dirt, encapsulates it, and rolls it off the vehicle. So then it sprays off real nice, and then we'll come back through the foam cannon again, and we'll have a little bit more foam. That way there, it's like less chance of scratches while we're washing it. Now we just spray all the foam off with the soap. Doesn't have to be very meticulous because we're going to foam it right back up again. Need a scissor lift to wash the top of this vehicle. Goodness gracious. Alright, now add a little more water to the foam cannon. 6 hours later. Like I said, just like about 2 ounces of Power Soap in the foam cannon is plenty. Alright, and then cover the whole vehicle again, top to bottom. And then we're going to hit with the contact water. Now, I'm not one to use a lot of wash mitts, but for tall vehicles like this, one on the stick is a lifesaver. Do the whole top of the vehicle with this just one time. Now that's done, probably do the hood with it too. It's short. Make sure you have a grit guard in your wash bucket. Doesn't matter what bucket you have, just have a grit guard in there. You don't need to do the 2 bucket method. Every motion you make on the vehicle, you're going to want to do straight lines, not circles. Because if it does scratch, which it shouldn't, straight lines are harder to see or less obvious than circular ones or curved ones. We'll set that to the side. Then you can just grab any clean microfiber cloth, get it soaked in the power soap. Then you're going to want to fold it 4 ways, which gives you 8 sides to clean on. You want to do 1 panel, clean fully wet. You're going to want to do 1 panel per side or less, half panel per side. This gives you 8 sides. It's almost the whole vehicle. So it doesn't matter where you start, because you'll never use that side again. So you put the dirtiest part, going to be the front. I can do that first because I'm just going to fold it over. It's going to be perfectly clean. Then you just take it, you flip it over. Now you have a perfectly clean side. Do the next panel on. It's already got soap on it. There we go. These back panels are huge on these trucks, so personally I count that as 2 panels, so I'll flip it over halfway. But I've used 4 sides now, so I can flip it inside out. Four new sides now, 4 other panels. Now, if you ever drop it, doesn't hit the ground, but hit the exhaust. So I just want to wait. Especially if you use microfiber rags, super cheap. You ever drop it, throw it away. Don't eat it. Try to blue it now. That in there. Get that folded up. The rest of the vehicle. Now the whole vehicle is done. We foamed it, we've rinsed it, we foamed it again, did a contact wash top to bottom. Tires and rims already done. Now you're just going to want to pressure wash this thing clean again, or rinse it top to bottom. Now a quick way to protect your rims without having to get inside each little nook and cranny is do a quick light spray. Spray on ceramic. Give that a second. Should be long enough. And then just quickly lightly rinse it off. Should be plenty. Those are beating water exceptionally well. It'll last quite a while. Now you're going to want a drying aid. When you dry this off, one thing you can use, spray on ceramics can be your most expensive way. Going to give you the best protection. Another thing you can use speed coat and ceramic waterless wash, or the graphene infused ceramic waterless wash. This is going to be most cost effective. This is going to be a little bit more money. This is going to be the most expensive, but again, the most protection, longest lasting. We're going to dry the vehicle next using this, and then we'll apply some after. All right, now to dry the vehicle, we're going to use the red towel plus spray on ceramic. Again, you could use speed coat or graphene spray, but I like this one the most. Light spray on the panel. It's getting a little colder here towards fall where we are, so this isn't going to dry the easiest. You're going to leave a little bit of condensation on the panel. Now that the whole truck's dry, I let the wheels and tires air dry for the most part. Before I do tire shine, I'll have to dry that some other time. But now we're going to do spray on ceramic, just to double up on the protection that's on the vehicle, make it last even longer. Favorite way to apply it is using one of these. You find these on our website, just like all the other products. This is an 800 GSM microfiber cloth, extremely soft. By far the best way to put this on here. I like to carry a spare microfiber. Try to wipe up any water that is still on there. If you push down these emblems, sometimes you get some water to come out, and sure enough it was. When you're putting this on with a microfiber cloth, you don't want it to be wet. It should be nice and dry. These are going to leak forever. So then you just do a light mist on the surface. You're going to want to wipe it in. Panel by panel, flip it over to the dry side. You'll feel how smooth and slick this stuff is. It's going to last up to a year, depending on how well you take care of it, what elements the vehicle is exposed to. And you do the whole vehicle. More straight back and forth motions. And flip to the dry side again. See how shiny and slick this stuff is. It's incredible. Been using this for 2 years on customers' vehicles, and I've loved every second of it. This is the best stuff I've ever used. I like to go every 2 panels. I like to flip this, or 3 panels. A little goes a very long way in this stuff, especially when you're applying it this way. A couple sprays, 3 at most per panel. It goes a long ways. Put on all surfaces. This stuff lasts exceptionally long on windows. I've seen it 15, 16 months on customer vehicles, with just one application on windows. If you don't want to use the purple and yellow cloth, definitely don't have to. I just like to make sure I use 2 different color microfibers so I know which one was the applicator and which one is the one to take it off. Highly recommend putting on your windshield. It lasts so long on glass. Make sure to dry up any water that you can see so it does not interfere with applying this. You don't want to use an overly damp cloth. If you have a leaf blower, it makes it so much easier. I don't recommend drying the entire vehicle with a leaf blower because it will not shine the same. All done, so need some tire shine. Next thing you want to do is tire shine. Tire doesn't have to be completely dry. These big tires, and most truck tires, I like to use a light scrub brush. Don't get it on the rim. It's my favorite way to apply it because it gets in all the nooks and crannies. Circular motion around the edge, gets in all the tread. And then meticulously get near the rim, but getting it on the rim. It's all done. Do the next one. This tire shine's not going to sling at all. Gives it a nice deep wet look, especially if you put it on this way. We'll do the next ones. Once you apply this, you don't have to wipe it off. This sticks right to the tire, making it the easiest tire shine to use. The tire doesn't even have to be dry. Lightly put it around the whole edge. Get in near the rim without getting it on the rim. You can put this on when the tire's wet. If it's too wet, it will run a little bit, but it still won't sling as long as you wait like 2 minutes before you drive. The whole rim is done. The whole tire is done. Just using tire gel. Now you see just how easy it is to clean your vehicle. Have it looking brand new every single time. Just using Power Soap, spray on ceramic, all-purpose cleaner, some tire gel. Could use these as drying aids, didn't have to do it. Use this. It's all done.